the issue of voting as bigger than any one candidate, one issue, or one party. It was about people using their voices, people using their power, and voting is, one of the best ways for people to make sure that the government reflects their values, reflects their community.
In this moment, it is the opportune time for us to really advance ourselves, to really move that much closer to become the America that we all deserve.
This is the sense. You want to have your voice heard, you have to vote. I've known people who walked 5, 7 miles each way. 7 miles there, 7 miles back. What to do? To vote.
Part of changing the culture around voting is also every American, every organization, every school, every leader understanding that it is part of their role as a citizen, not only to vote, but to help others vote.
What I always say, is we are the generation of we, right? And we are the most diverse generation ever. And so when I go to the polls, and you better believe that I go to the polls, right? I'm not just thinking about the people who live on my street. I'm thinking about the thousands of people I'm connected to online, right? And how my vote impacts their reality.
That a lot of Gen Z can't even vote, right? But they have such important voices and they're pushing such important narratives. So what are some ways that we can keep Gen Z involved in the conversation, keep lifting up their voices, even if they can't go to the polls?
Well, I think part of this is on the behalf of the candidates who are running. I mean, just because Gen Z are not voters, or some of Gen Z cannot vote yet, doesn't mean that they can't be a part of the process. Bringing them on as interns, as digital strategists, as people who know social media way better than the candidates, if we're being honest, is a way to ensure that their voices are still reflected in both the messaging, but also in the policy that comes from it.
It's such a privilege and a tool that can drive a lot of change. And I think when you voice your concerns and you refuse to be a bystander, then you actually spark change. And that's one of the best things you can do in this world. So I think motivating everybody to get out and vote and use their voice and their platform in whatever way that is, I think that's important.
That is one of the things that this generation and generations even after me are really realizing, the power of our voice, and that if we don't vote, then we are literally losing our voice. So we're giving up our voice.